It was the Yankees home opener, and it wasn't the result we wanted. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all having a good day. Before I begin, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, share this out with anyone you know. I'm on the road to 600 subscribers, and if you could all help me get there, I would greatly appreciate it. So let's talk about it. All right, the Yankees had their home opener today against the Toronto Blue Jays. They lost 3-0. Not great. It wasn't a great game, especially for the offense. So let's bring up the results here, right? So let's look at the lineup. Okay, I got it right here. So Gleyber Torres, 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, so he went 1 for 4. Juan Soto struck out twice, went 0 for 4. Aaron Judge walked twice, had a strikeout, went 0 for 2. Giancarlo Stanton, 2 strikeouts, 0 for 4. Anthony Rizzo went 1 for 4, struck out once. Anthony Volpe went 2 for 4. Alex Verdugo went 1 for 3. He had a walk and had 1 hit. John Birdie went 1 for 3, struck out once, got 1 hit. Trevino went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. All right, so the bats were absolutely cold. Yankees had a couple of opportunities, but they did not capitalize on those opportunities, unfortunately. All right, they had 6 hits, but those 6 hits turned into nothing. So disappointing, right? Now, talking about these bats, we got to talk about the obvious one, and that's Giancarlo Stanton. It's just not working out for him right now, unfortunately. I feel like as of right now, there needs to be a short leash on him, right? I don't want to ever say that about a player. You know, I felt like Giancarlo Stanton could have bounced back this year, that he was going to have a bounce back year, but he has not been looking good at the plate. And he's striking out a lot. He's not seeing the pitches. All right. And I'm not just going to put the blame on him. The offense as a whole wasn't great today. But I'm focusing a lot on Giancarlo because every time he comes up to the plate, it just feels like it's going to be an automatic out. All right. He hasn't been hitting well. And I don't think he should have been batting 4th. You know, there might have been some, rhyme or reason as to why Aaron Boone put the lineup that way, right? Put him at cleanup. But I felt like him batting 4th was a mistake. I would have put him at 5th, but at this point, I would probably move him down in the lineup now. I would move him, to the 7th, 8th spot at this point. He's not hitting. He's just not hitting. So this is the Yankees' second loss, right? I'm not going to stress about their second loss. I mean, we're only 8 games in. They're 6-2. They still have a great record. They went up against the Toronto Blue Jays. And, in the video I put out earlier, I said that anytime the Yankees play against one of their division rivals, it's never going to be easy. And the Blue Jays starting pitcher, Kikuchi, came out with a game plan and he executed. All right. It was a pitcher's duel with Kikuchi and Marcus Stroman. All right. And unfortunately, the Blue Jays struck. They hit they got a solo home run that Caleb Ferguson gave up. And then they gave up, 2 more runs at the top of the 9th due to some, I don't want to say wild pitches, but balls that Jose Trevino couldn't hold on to. And therefore the Blue Jays scored 2 more runs. And the Yankees had an opportunity in the bottom of the ninth to make a comeback. they had 2 men on, right? They had 2 men on. Verdugo was up to bat, hoping for maybe some 3-run shot. He did hit the ball hard, hit one up high, but just wasn't far enough. All right, so they somewhat came alive in the 9th inning to try and rally back, but it did not happen. All right, that's the negative. That's the bad news. The bats were just absolutely cold. Now, as far as the pitching goes, let's look at Marcus Stroman. He went out there and pitched one heck of a game. All right, he did an amazing job out there. All right, so you look at his results. Let's scroll down a little bit. Didn't give up any runs. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, had 1 walk, struck out 6. All right. He pitched a great game. And he wanted to pitch in this game. He wanted to pitch in the home opener. He wanted to pitch in his hometown. He wanted it. He wanted the pressure to be all on him. And guess what? He answered. All right. This was the only bright spot in today's game was Marcus Stroman's performance. All right. And there was a lot of fans who had their doubts about Marcus Stroman when he was signed. Initially, I'll say I didn't want Marcus Stroman to sign. But when the Yankees did sign him, and knowing the fact that he wanted to come play for the Yankees and he was willing to take a discount to come play for the Yankees, I was on board. All right. And I've been loving his energy and that he brings to the team. It sounds like, people love him on this team. People love him in the clubhouse. So he's a difference maker. And he pitched great. He pitched like a dog. All right. He went out there with a lot of energy. He was hyped up before the game. He was hyped up during the game. And when he was taken out, he still had that energy in him. All right. That was really the only bright spot was Marcus Stroman. Okay. He did his job. He did what he had to do. But today's done, right? It's game over. They lost 3-0. Nothing we could do about it now. Focus on tomorrow's game. All right. The bats have to absolutely come alive. And it will. All right. You remember that series against the Arizona Diamondbacks where they lost 7-0. The bats were cold, but then they showed up in the final game of the series. I feel that this team will do the same thing tomorrow and on Sunday. All right. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes the bats are cold. Sometimes they're hot. Sometimes the pitching is off. Sometimes the pitching is on. It's baseball. It happens. All right. But let's hope for a better game tomorrow. I hope with Boone, as far as his lineup goes, he makes a couple of changes. One thing that I would like to see is if Giancarlo Stanton is going to be playing tomorrow, to move him down in the lineup. The other thing that I do want to see is I want to see Austin Wells play tomorrow. Because Jose Trevino, I have nothing against him. I think he's great defensively, even though today was a little bit rocky for him. But the bat is still not where it needs to be, and that's where I think the Yankees need to plug in Austin Wells, because Austin Wells' bat is good. And they should be playing Cabrera tomorrow as well, Oswaldo Cabrera, because he was on a hot streak. The other take I will make is that I wish Boone did pinch hit for Jose Trevino, whether it be putting in Wells in there or an Oswaldo Cabrera. I wish one of those guys from the bench where it was pinch hitting, but Boone didn't do that. And no, I'm not trying to bash Boone. I'm just saying this is what I think he should have done, but he didn't do it. It is what it is, right? Today's game is over. It's done. They lost. Move on to tomorrow. Hopefully we see some better results. But you all let me know what you think. All right. That's all I got for now. Let's load up the comments. Tell me what you all think. What are your positives? What are your negatives? What would you like to see better? All right. What needs to improve? So for me, it's definitely the bats. I'm sure you all feel the same way. But if there's something else, please let me know. All right. That's all I got for now. Again, load up the comments. Tell me what you all think. And tomorrow morning, I will be on the Pinstripe Chronicles podcast with Uncle Tats and his team at 10 a.m. So I'll be on there live. They're doing a thing for Parkinson's disease, so it's for a good cause. It's going to be a 12-hour stream. So, they're going from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'll be on there at 10 a.m. for about an hour or so. They're going to have a bunch of content creators coming on. So please tune in. All right. And on Sunday, I'm going live and I'm going to have a special guest with me. And I want you all to stay tuned for that. I should be going on at noon Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. All right. I wanted to share that all with you before I leave. That's all I got right now. Please, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, share this out with anyone you know, and I will see you all next time. Have a good night.